Oh, you are?
Power. It's fusion, magnetic fusion.
Is everybody more or less ready?
Yes.
It being 7 o'clock, I'd like to call this November 9th, 2022 meeting of the Chelmsford Planning Board to order. Let me point out that we are on Zoom, and some of our members are coming in that way. If the internet stays up, fine. If the internet goes down, well, the meeting will continue. And we are, as well, I believe being recorded tonight by Chelmsford Telemedia. So with that said, our first order of business has traditionally been a couple of minutes of public input. Is there any, we have some public input. Come on up, just give us your name and where you're from. And
Hi, my name is Doreen Deschler, and I live on Sinai Circle, which is adjacent to Wilson
I know where
Street.
that is.
Yeah. I have some concerns on Wilson Street with the new store coming in and the two apartments.
Right.
And my concerns are people parking on that street. That street is used as a go-between.
Yeah, I know, I use it all the time.
Yeah, everybody uses it. And I'm afraid that if people start parking on that street across from the store, they're going to have traffic jams there. Not to mention that the bus stops there. It's going to cause problems for people getting on and off that bus. I fear for the safety of those people getting on and off the bus. And it also is going to cause problems for the people on Sinai Circle and the people in the elderly and disability complex over here getting in and out of their parking lots onto the street.
I see.
So I
Okay.
would like to ask you to please make it a no parking zone and put no parking signs up.
Okay, now, I'm not sure that no parking is exactly in our bailiwick, but we can certainly refer this to the people who can do something about it. I believe that's Select Board?
Select Board?
Okay.
I can send an email on behalf of the board tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, just
Okay.
to point out the potential for a problem there, and I can understand exactly what you say. I use that cut-through all the time.
Because, the store is definitely going to have more traffic than the floor shop did.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, that's inevitable. It's definitely
Yeah, you would
have
imagine.
more traffic than the
Right.
floor shop. So I'm assuming that, people are going to say, oh, all the parking spaces are taken, let's park on the street over here. And that's going to cause problems.
all right, we'll have a look.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Where is the bus stop?
The bus stop is right at the store.
At the
Yeah,
store?
right in
Right
front of it,
at
yeah.
the store.
That's the Lowell Transit.
It's right at the Chelmsford Street and Wilson Street,
Yep.
right there.
Gotcha.
And I'm afraid for people, I
Yeah.
really am.
Nancy, go ahead.
Yeah, if I remember that plan correctly, that site has approved parking on the street. And the reason is that the street, what appears to be the street actually is not town street land. The problem that's going to happen is that because it's wide open to Chelmsford, to 110, the parking spaces are not differentiated from the street. One thing that could help is if Evan can ask DPW to do new street edge markings on that corner.
Well, there are markings there saying left, right.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is the street is not actually as wide as the street looks to be. It actually is approved parking on the side of that street. So what you're asking to not happen is actually approved to happen, because the edge of that street is property that belongs to that building. It's not
On
part of
the
the
other
street. It's
side where
actually-
the softball fields are, that's
No,
part
not
of
the
the
other
building?
side.
No, that's no problem.
That's what I'm
That-
talking about, on that side over there.
Okay.
I know on the side, that's where the bus stops. That's what I'm talking about. That's
Okay.
where the bus stops. I know what you're talking about. That's where the bus stops. That's
Okay.
where the parking lot is. So if people park there, they're gonna block people in the parking lot. So I don't see people parking there, because they're gonna be blocking people in. But I do see people parking on the side where the ball field is, and that's where they're gonna
Okay, I
block
see what you
traffic.
mean.
And that'll be a problem.
Yes,
Because that is not
absolutely.
Yep,
parking
good
space.
point.
Absolutely trouble.
All right, can we have a look at that? Yeah, we'll have a look
Thank you so
and
much.
see what we can do, and thank you for
Thank
bringing
you.
that to our attention.
Maybe we could put a public parking sign delineating the parking lot.
Yeah, I think there are a couple of solutions, but we need to dig into them.
I don't think most people.
Okay,
are, right?
thank you very much.
Most-
Okay, is there anybody else from the public, and I don't, anybody online perhaps? For public comment? Okay, in that case, we'll close the public comment. Now, for those who may be listening, let me point out, we have had requests to continue both for 270 Billerica Road and apparently this just in for the 250 Apollo Drive. So this may be the shortest planning board meeting in history.
Okay.
With that said, we do have 288 Chelmsford Street. It's Market Basket for a minor site plan review. I believe they're adding some electric vehicle charging stations. Do we have anybody here?
Looks like Tracy's
Yeah.
online.
Yes, my name is Tracy Kaglick. I am here on behalf of Phil Jaminet, which is part of the E-Structure Solutions, is the contractor for EVgo, to install the 3 4-vehicle charging stations that will be along the west property line, just above the 7-foot drainage easement. We have shifted the one charging station to be outside of that easement, but it can accommodate the parking stall adjacent to it, as these are the parking stalls within the current plaza currently. There are 4 locations. One is a 350 kilowatt, so it's a fast charging. These will be level 3 charging stations, which means they charge by the minute, not by the hour. I'm not sure if you have any other information that you need from me.
That sounds pretty good. I did have a sort of a, you know, a comment from one of the other town committee people that
Sure.
was saying, gee, could you guys add solar panels to the top of the building over there too? But I think that's a little outside of that's a little outside of this, but you might mention it to them. They have all that roof.
I can certainly hear that.
Okay, I don't know, looks like a minor site plan. Anybody on the board have any questions about it?
Where are these parking spots going to be?
They are going to be along the west side, so if you're coming in off the main route and closer to the side where I believe TJ Maxx is on the west corner, they would be right along that tree line.
Oh, okay, like all the way down.
That's all the way to the left
Yes.
as you come in?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Behind
Yeah,
the
it's
cleaners?
far up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Correct.
That's what it looks like.
Behind the cleaners, correct?
okay.
Yeah, and it just as the road goes kind of up beside the building.
Okay,
the
I
access.
got it, understood.
So just to refresh the board's memory, I wanted to send this to the board. We don't really have any specific mention of EV charging stations in the zoning bylaw.
Yeah.
This property is under a site plan permit,
Yep,
so that's the primary reason it's coming to you. Moving forward, hopefully this is a trend that's
Yeah.
embraced by private property owners.
certainly hope so.
We may need to have a further discussion as to what extent the board wants to see these. I don't know enough about, the size of these, or this is the smallest one
Yeah.
I'm aware of. And then there's different business models Some of these are put in by property owners for their customer convenience. Others are operated as a business.
Right.
As you heard tonight, this one sounds like it's being operated as a business. And maybe the board in the community feels differently about, one over another. But it's something to, I think, continue to watch and see, what kinds of applications come in.
Probably worth putting it on one of our work sessions and just, I don't think it'll be a long discussion, but we probably ought to have it.
Yeah, certainly something I think we want to encourage and accommodate.
Absolutely.
Do you happen to know how many parking spaces are on the entire parcel?
Oh, you know what? I am unsure myself. I apologize.
It's got to be hundreds.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when, as part of the initial engagement, that was the questions I were asking. So as you heard, Tracy mentioned, they're not removing any existing spaces. I believe it's an even exchange. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, I just quickly counted one row, and I counted easily 40 at least in one of the rows. So multiply that by the other 5 plus the adjacent ones, single rows, and that there's definitely hundreds.
I mean, in comparison with the total number of spots, this is de minimis, so.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
So when you,
Question?
yeah?
Yeah, Tracy, will there be signage that tells people that they're there?
Absolutely, yes. As part of the drawing submission that was sent to Chelmsford, there are signage that just, states what the stalls are. And then also certainly the signage for the disconnect and that, just in case of an emergency for fire personnel.
So Nancy,
I'm just wondering how people that are coming into the plaza would know that those are available.
They get it on the car.
that's going to be a separate matter. The best way to view these is it's similar to a gas pump, where the stations themselves are branded. But if the applicant wants to pursue signage as part of the plaza signage, they're going to have to modify that primary sign.
And I also understand this kind of stuff tends to get posted in particular spots on the internet, and people who have electric vehicles look them up
Well, I
and know
think-
where they are.
It
They're in
it
the car.
automatically comes up in like
Yeah.
Tesla.
The Teslas automatically tell you which
Yeah,
where they are.
okay.
Right.
Gee, I wish I
How
had a
far you
Tesla.
can go,
I don't have one either.
hopefully.
I don't either. Okay, any more comments? Anybody care to make a motion that we approve the minor site plan?
I'll make a motion that we approve this minor site plan.
All right, motion by Tim,
Second.
second by Deirdre. In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous, you got it.
Thank you very much for your time this evening.
Well, thank you for bringing it to us. I hope we get to see more of these, actually.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Quite popular right now.
Okay. Now, I announced earlier, but I see a couple of new faces. We've had a request for continuance on 270 Billerica. I saw the letter today. I guess they're still trying to work out some economic details of the plan, or at least that's what they said. Pick a motion to, and they also, I believe the letter also gave a 30-day extension for all the time limits, so,
So
Worry
to
about those.
December 14th.
December 14th. So take a motion to continue that to the 14th.
Motion to continue to the 14th.
Yeah, I got that from Tim.
second.
Okay. We got a second in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that's taken care of. The third one up is 250 Apollo Drive, which was, I believe, a COID applicability request. They have also asked for a continuance.
Could we just have the board open the hearing first? This
Okay.
is- Yep. This is because there's a new public hearing advertised for this evening.
All right, so this was to start this evening. All right, in that case, let's open the public hearing, but I think not seeing a whole lot of people out here will immediately close the public part and continue.
Well, first, let's move to open the public hearing.
Okay,
So, okay, I have a question.
yeah.
Why do we open it if they're continuing? Why can't we just
Yeah.
start it in a month?
Well,
Can't we wait to open it
I
until
don't understand the process.
no,
they
so
actually get here to present
well,
something?
we legally advertised it.
Oh, okay, so there's a legal
So
advertising.
that's,
legal.
yes, this is just a legal proceeding.
Okay.
To open the hearing, this was the date it was
All
advertised.
right, well, we can do, I don't think we need a
And we'll
motion
continue without any
to open,
testimony.
we can just open it.
Correct.
And I have opened it, consider it opened.
Do we have to vote on that or just?
No,
open
we
it?
don't have
No,
to vote on that.
I'll make a motion to close public.
No, no,
No,
no.
to continue.
No, you can't close it.
That was
You can continue it.
I just,
I'll make a
I'll work
motion
on
to
another
continue
motion.
the public hearing.
Is that to the 14th also?
Yes.
Okay, Nancy, motion to continue to the
I'll second that.
14th. Second by Paul. In favor? Aye. Opposed? That's unanimous. Okay, that's moved out.
What else do we have on the 14th?
I'm sending out the letters to Manahan and McFarland, sorry, McFarland and Monmouth.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. That's going to be scheduled for the 14th.
That's the work section, right? Or is that the?
That's the discussion with those two streets on potential rezoning. And then the two continuations from this evening.
Oh, okay, so the other one's not, when's the other one coming?
Which other one are you referring
The
to?
River Neck one.
January.
Yeah, they took 90 days, and I presume Joel will take the word back.
Right.
Okay,
So your next meeting is November 30th, which is a work session.
yeah.
It's penciled in to start at 6:30. You still want to do that?
What do we have after the work session, anything?
Nothing. So you're going to have, NIMCOG come in.
Yeah.
Talk about the MBTA, the form, it's the action plan needs to be
Yeah.
submitted by the end of January.
And then we have.
Weston and Sampson.
Yeah,
There's two divisions of Weston and Sampson coming in. One is to present to you the low-impact development, parking and roadway assessment. And then the other division of Weston and Sampson who's been working with the Climate Energy Action
Green
Sustainability
Committee.
Committee is going to come in and present their work on net zero zoning initiatives.
good.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more and more of that.
Recommending that we make something more strong than guidelines?
So both contemplate a two-step process. One is to update your rules and regulations, and the second step is to update zoning. So as you just indicated, rules and regulations are required, but not required to comply. The applicant can request a waiver, the board can grant a waiver. Once it's in zoning, those are requirements. So both of those assessments, so it's not a one-size-fits-all, that's what they want to discuss with the board about.
Got it, thank you.
Okay,
And is there a tri-board meeting?
yeah, we have a tri-board,
Thank you.
I included that information in your
December
packet.
7th. It's on your,
it's, it was on,
December 7th,
in Evan's Chicken
Yep.
Scratch.
So
6 p.m.?
6 PM, is it?
Yep,
yeah, they run their meetings a little earlier than we do.
and the-
And that's going to be a discussion of the sewer credit.
that's one
Proposal.
item that could be, but the high-level discussion is water and sewer solutions.
Yeah,
Short, intermediate, and long-term. Board of Health, water districts, DPW, the town's consultant, Weston and Sampson as well. And in the email that I provided copies to you, on the draft capacity credit transfer policy, which was presented to the tri-board
yeah.
maybe a little over a month ago.
Yeah, that was about a month ago.
It's been revised, the wording's been slightly changed. And as the town manager indicates, he's looking for written comments to be submitted by December 1st, so that those can be distributed prior to
Okay.
December 7th.
Well, I will plan on being there, for sure, and
Is FinCom on that as well, or no?
No.
All right.
Should FinCom be there?
I thought FinCom was, hold on,
One
wait,
of them will be there.
no, FinCom was invited,
Okay,
because I got
good.
2 emails.
We have no,
Mike, one more question?
oh,
Do you
yeah.
mind, just because I'm planning, like.
No, go ahead, go
December's
ahead.
really busy. Then
Thank
when-
you. Yep.
After that, so we're on the 14th. Then when is our next meeting?
Your calendar would have you a meeting on December 28th, but thank you for the reminder, Becky.
Yeah.
And I would like to know if you want to meet on December 28th. If not, your next meeting would be January 12th.
Well, I would suggest that unless
12th,
we.
the Thursday, or the 11th?
Did I, January, I'm sorry, 11th.
Okay.
All right. Well, I would suggest that unless we have a pressing reason to be meeting on January 28th, that we probably,
December.
December
or
20th.
December,
December,
excuse me,
yeah.
December 28th, that
Close
we should
enough.
probably skip that.
Okay.
I would agree.
concur.
And we could also, if we had something pressing, come up, add it to our work session,
Yeah.
late
Could,
night.
yeah,
November.
Yeah, if we had
yeah.
an issue.
30th.
I mean, none of these items are pressing, other than if 270, 250 are continued from the December 14th to the January meeting, and River Neck is on January, your meetings begin to get
Yeah,
busy
that's
And
again.
gonna
maybe
be-
we'll have to push one of them one more.
Yeah, we'll have to manage that.
Okay.
And then the deadline to submit zoning articles,
It has not been announced. The manager via the Board of Selectmen usually announced the deadline for citizen petitions. The deadline for planning board submissions is different than that, citizen.
sure.
So I know that we've,
Is it like in February, or?
no, it's usually early February where we need to submit, because the select board usually signs the warrant sometime in February. But we've talked about McFarland and Monmouth, see what happens on December 14th. And I've mentioned the floodplain state model bylaw.
Right.
That's a
Maybe.
must. That's not a heavy lift.
Maybe something on the green?
Potentially, yeah, let's see how November 30th plays out.
Okay, good.
Evan, West Campus, I still haven't seen anything on landscaping. Do we have any idea when that's expected to be submitted?
I will follow up with them on that. I don't believe they've submitted any final plans at this point.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it for a while, but I just want to make sure we don't lose it.
Okay?
And the other thing is, the landscaping guidelines that I had sent out, the drafted landscaping guidelines I had sent over to you. Can we
Yes.
get that on a work session at some point?
Yeah, that may be good to add to the 30th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd just like to get something published that the developers, that gives the developers some guidance, so what they bring in actually is reasonable.
Sure. Why don't we introduce it to the board on the 30th, and then probably sometime in December, January.
Yeah.
I envision doing working with the board on a regulation update.
Good,
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
All right.
Did we ever get, excuse my lack of remembering, did we ever get final landscaping for Acton Road? Nancy, were they giving that to you?
I can't recall if Acton,
Acton Road,
no, I think,
Building's coming down soon, they just started.
I think-
yeah.
I don't recall Acton Road being unresolved.
Okay, that may be,
No, I don't either.
okay.
There were things about it I wasn't crazy about, but they shifted their landscaping
Okay. that's fine.
plans.
Yeah, as I recall, they did.
And they had to coordinate with Concom.
Okay,
Yeah,
That's right.
all right.
yeah, that's part of the issue of where do you need native plants?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, no minutes to approve. We've discussed the next meeting dates. Is there any new business?
Do you want to just see if anyone from the public wanted to go back to public input?
Well, we could. I mean, I see Joel here. Do you have something
In the
for the
event?
public
I didn't
input, or
know
are you
you
just
had anything to
monitoring
say.
us tonight?
Okay, apparently not.
Okay, good.
Move to adjourn?
I have a motion to adjourn. I have a second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay. Got a free night.